Welcome to Service Subscriptions. Let's learn how to make services available for your applications. This means subscribing to services so your apps can use them, like adding features to a toolbox. For example, subscribe to an SAP HANA database service so your app can store and retrieve data. Now you can equip your applications with the capabilities they need to function effectively. Subscribing to services activates them for your use. This means you formally select and enable a specific SAP BTP service in your account so it is ready to operate. For instance, subscribing to the SAP HANA Cloud service allows your applications to start using its database capabilities. This step is essential to begin utilizing any service's functionality. Think of it like adding tools to your toolbox. This means you can select and activate specific SAP BTP services as needed rather than getting everything at once. For instance, if you need to send notifications, you subscribe to the Alert Notification service. This way, you build capabilities precisely for your project's requirements. We will guide you through each step clearly. This means we will break down the process into simple, manageable parts so you can follow along easily without confusion. For example, when subscribing to an email service, we will show you exactly where to click and what information to enter. You can confidently learn each part of the process with our straightforward instructions. Understanding service subscriptions in SAP Business Technology Platform. Process of activating BTP services for your account. This means enabling specific cloud tools you have chosen, making them ready to use. For example, subscribing to the SAP HANA service lets your team build and manage databases instantly. Once subscribed, these services are immediately available in your environment for development. The phrase is makes services ready for your applications to use. This means you activate a service so your apps can connect to it. For example, subscribing to an SAP HANA database service prepares it to store your app's data. This step is essential for integrating any SAP BTP service into your solutions. Similar to subscribing to a streaming service, you get access. This means you pay for ongoing use of the service rather than buying it outright. For instance, you subscribe to the SAP HANA Cloud service to use its database capabilities. This subscription model provides continuous access to the resources you need. Each service has specific features and capabilities. This means every service is designed with unique functions to solve particular problems. For example, the SAP HANA Cloud service offers high-performance data processing, while the SAP Workflow Management service handles automated business processes. Understanding these distinctions helps you select the right tools for your needs efficiently. Discovering services within the SAP BTP cockpit. Log into your BTP cockpit. This means accessing the central web interface where you manage all your SAP BTP resources. For instance, as a developer, you sign in to deploy and monitor your applications. This initial step is essential for navigating and utilizing all available services effectively. Click Services in the left menu. This means you select the Services option from the navigation panel on the left side of your SAP BTP cockpit. For example, to set up an alert notification service, you'd click here first to find and enable it. This is your starting point for accessing all available services efficiently. Browse available services in the catalog. This means you can explore and select from a list of ready-to-use SAP services. For instance, if you need a database, you simply find and choose SAP HANA Cloud. This direct access helps you quickly build and extend applications to meet your business needs efficiently. Services are organized by category for easy finding. This means similar services are grouped together, so you do not have to search through a long list. For instance, all database-related services like SAP HANA Cloud are in one category. This logical grouping helps you quickly locate the tools you need for your project. Begin by selecting your required service. Browse the service catalog. This means exploring the available pre-built services in SAP BTP to find the right tools for your application. For example, if you need to add user authentication, you would look for the SAP Authorization and Trust Management service. This initial step ensures you select the most suitable service for your project needs. Read service descriptions to understand what they do. This means carefully reviewing the official documentation for each service to grasp its core functions and capabilities. For instance, before using the SAP HANA Cloud service, you would learn it's an in-memory database for real-time analytics. Always consult the description to ensure the service matches your project needs. Look for services that match your application needs. This means selecting BTP services based on what your specific software must do. For instance, if your app needs a database, choose the SAP HANA Cloud service. By aligning services with your requirements, you build an efficient and purpose-driven solution. Click on a service to see subscription options. This means selecting a service reveals the available plans for use. For instance, clicking SAP HANA Cloud shows you can subscribe to a free tier or paid capacity. This step is essential to activate the specific capabilities you need in SAP BTP. Understanding service plans in SAP Business Technology Platform. Service plans are different versions of the same service. This means a single service can offer multiple tiers, each with its own set of features or resource limits. For example, a database service might have a free plan for testing and a paid plan for production use. Choosing the right plan ensures your application has the necessary capabilities. Free plans are great for learning and testing. This means you can explore SAP BTP services at no cost to understand their capabilities without financial commitment. For instance, use the free plan of SAP HANA Cloud to practice building a small database for personal projects. This hands-on experience builds your skills risk-free. Standard plans offer more features for production use. This means they include advanced capabilities, like higher availability and stronger security, essential for live production business operations. For example, while a trial plan might support 10 users, a standard plan could handle thousands with guaranteed uptime. Therefore, choosing the right plan ensures your applications run reliably and scale effectively in a real-world environment. Choose the plan that fits your current needs. This means selecting a service configuration that matches your immediate requirements, not over-provisioning. For example, if you only need basic analytics, start with the standard plan rather than the premium one. This ensures cost efficiency and aligns with your project's scale. Step 2. Select your service plan. Review available plans for your chosen service. This means checking the different subscription levels SAP offers for that service. For example, the SAP HANA Cloud service has free tier and standard plans with varying resources. Always compare these options to pick the one that best fits your project's requirements and budget. Check the features included in each plan. This means comparing what capabilities and limits come with free versus paid options. For example, a free plan may offer basic app hosting, while a paid plan adds auto-scaling and premium support. Always verify these details to ensure the plan fits your project's specific requirements. Consider starting with a free plan for learning. This means you can explore SAP BTP at no cost to understand its features before committing financially. For instance, a developer can test application hosting capabilities without any initial investment. This approach minimizes risk while building essential platform knowledge. Click Create to start subscription process. This means you initiate the official setup for the service. For instance, after choosing a plan for the SAP HANA Cloud service, clicking Create officially begins your access provisioning. This action is your final step to activate the service. A space is a dedicated area for development and deployment. Spaces are like folders for organizing your services. Think of them as dedicated areas where you group related cloud applications and resources for a specific project or team. For example, you could have separate spaces for your development, testing, and production environments. This structure keeps everything neatly separated and easy to manage. Services run within specific spaces. This means each space acts like a dedicated room where you deploy and operate your applications and services. For example, you could have a development space for testing and a production space for live users. This separation keeps your environments organized and secure, ensuring everything runs smoothly in its designated area. You can have different spaces for different projects. This keeps your development work organized and separate. For instance, you could have one space for your company's online store and another for its internal HR portal. This separation ensures changes in one project do not accidentally affect another. Choose the right space for your service. A space is like a dedicated room in SAP BTP, where your applications and services run. For example, place your HR app in an HR space and finance tools in a finance space. This keeps everything organized and secure. Selecting the appropriate space ensures your services operate efficiently and separately as needed. Step 3. Assign the application to a space. Select which space your service should run in. This means choosing the specific project folder where your application or tool will operate. For example, if you are building a sales reporting app, you'd assign it to your sales analytics space. This keeps your work organized and separate from other projects, ensuring a clean and manageable development environment. Choose from your existing spaces. This means selecting a pre-configured environment where your application will run rather than creating a new one. For instance, if you have a dev space for development work, you assign your new app there. This organizes your projects efficiently within familiar environments. Or create a new space if needed. This means if no existing space fits your project, you can make a brand new one. For instance, if starting a fresh HR Analytics app, create a HR Analytics space to keep its resources separate. This ensures your new application has its own dedicated environment for organization and security. This organizes where your service will operate. Think of a space as a dedicated workroom for your application, keeping its resources and configurations neatly separated from others. For example, assign your employee directory app to the HR space to isolate it from finance applications. This ensures your service runs in its intended environment without interference. Step 4. Complete your subscription. Review your subscription details. This means carefully checking your service plan, costs, and included features before finalizing. For example, before buying a streaming service, you confirm your monthly price and access level. This ensures you know exactly what you are getting and prevents unexpected charges. Confirm service, plan, and space selection. This means you verify the specific cloud service, the chosen subscription tier, and the development or testing environment you are assigning it to. For example, selecting the SAP HANA Cloud service, the free tier plan, and placing it in your dev space. This finalizes your setup before activation. Click Create to finalize subscription. This action confirms and activates your subscription, making the service available for use. For instance, after configuring your SAP HANA Cloud trial, clicking Create enables you to start building applications immediately. This final step brings your setup to life and readies it for development. Wait for the system to activate your service. This means after you subscribe, the platform needs time to set up and prepare your service before you can use it. For example, after ordering a new phone line, you must wait for the provider to connect it before making calls. This brief activation period ensures your service is ready and configured correctly. Verifying successful subscription activation. Look for success message after subscribing. This means checking for a confirmation that your subscription activated properly in SAP BTP. For example, after subscribing to the SAP HANA service, you should see a message like Subscription Successful on your screen. Always verify this confirmation to ensure your service is ready for use. Go to Instances and Subscriptions in Cockpit. This means opening the BTP cockpit and navigating to that section to see all your active services. For example, after subscribing to the SAP HANA Cloud service, you would check here to confirm it appears. This quick step verifies your subscription was successful. Find your service in the subscriptions list. This means you go to your account and look for your service to confirm it is active. For example, after subscribing to SAP HANA Cloud, you would navigate to your subscriptions page to see it listed there. This visual confirmation ensures your setup was successful and you can proceed. Status should show as subscribed. This means the system confirms your access is active. For example, after signing up for a travel service online, you'd expect a confirmed message. Similarly, in SAP BTP, this status ensures your service is ready for use, confirming the subscription was successful. Common issues and solutions for enterprise systems. If subscription fails, check your space permissions. This means you may lack authorization to create services in your development area. For instance, A developer trying to subscribe to the SAP Build Work Zone service but receiving an error until their space manager grants the necessary role. Always verify your access rights to resolve such subscription issues promptly. Make sure you have available quota for the service. This means your subscription has a set limit for using a service. If you exceed it, you cannot create new instances. For example, trying to launch a new SAP HANA Cloud instance will fail if your account's HANA memory quota is already used. Always monitor your usage to avoid this common roadblock. Try refreshing the page if service does not appear. Sometimes the SAP BTP interface does not fully load services immediately due to minor delays. For example, after logging in, your Cloud Foundry space might look empty. Refreshing can prompt it to display correctly. This quick action often resolves temporary display glitches efficiently. Contact support if issues persist. This means reaching out to SAP's official help team after you have tried basic troubleshooting. For example, if you have restarted a service but your application still will not deploy correctly, it is time to get expert assistance. This ensures you get specialized help to resolve the problem efficiently. Let's apply what you have learned. Try subscribing to a free service now. This means you can activate a basic SAP BTP service at no cost to explore its features hands-on. For instance, subscribe to the SAP HANA Cloud trial to create a small database and test queries. Taking this immediate step solidifies your learning and builds confidence in using the platform. Use the SAP HANA Cloud trial for practice. This means you can freely experiment with a real SAP database in the cloud to build and test applications. For example, create a simple app to track daily expenses using the trial database. This hands-on experience will solidify your understanding of cloud development. Remember the 4 main steps we covered. This means consistently applying the foundational process: plan, develop, deploy, and monitor. For instance, when creating a simple app, you'd design it, build it, launch it on BTP, then track its performance. Stick to this sequence for reliable results in every project. You can always come back and review these steps. This means our training materials remain available for your reference anytime. For example, if you are building an app later and forget how to configure the destination service, you can revisit this section. Continuous practice will solidify your understanding. You are ready to subscribe. You now know how to subscribe to BTP services. This means you can activate specific cloud capabilities your business needs through the BTP cockpit. For example, to add AI features, you'd subscribe to the SAP AI Business Services. This foundational skill enables you to quickly equip your projects with the right solutions. Remember, choose service, select plan, assign space, confirm. This means first pick your needed BTP service, then choose its pricing tier, assign it to a development space, and finalize. For example, to use SAP HANA Cloud, select it, pick the free tier, assign to your dev space, and subscribe. Following these steps ensures you successfully activate any BTP service. Practice makes perfect. Try different services. This means you should experiment with various BTP services to build confidence. For example, start by creating a trial account and test the SAP HANA Cloud service to store data. The more you explore, the more skilled you will become at using the platform effectively. Great job learning this important BTP skill. This means you now understand how to use SAP BTP to build and run applications efficiently. For example, you could develop a simple app that automatically updates customer data across your systems. Your new ability will help solve real business problems faster and smarter.